So, recently it was Pokemon Day, and what news did we get? We got a whole new generation! And with that, we got a little sneak peek at the new starters. Hi, I'm Beetle, and as always, I'm gonna be drawing the new Pokemon in mspaint. So, when I tuned in for the Pokemon Direct, I really wasn't expecting this. And definitely one of my favorite parts of getting a new Pokemon game is just seeing the new creatures that we get. Every time we get new ones, there's something fun to wonder about. What will their evolutions look like? What will the legendaries be this time? There's just so much to wonder about. And I believe this new region is based on Spain, and I think even the names of the starters have some Spanish mixed in. And knowing what the environment is like helps with the speculation, because sometimes we do get things that represent that area. And talking about speculation, one of the things I really see very often is people trying to guess what the Pokemon will look like. That is something that I don't think I've done before, but maybe if you guys want me to try, I can try. Maybe if you have some ideas to share, because I'm not sure if I can do it on my own. But back to the real starters, let's go first with the duck. So, Quaxley. We get a duck. That seems like a fun starter, but I'm not sure what they can do with the evolutions except for making it bigger. But that works sometimes, so I wouldn't be mad. I've seen a lot of jokes about his hair, because he has like a little pompadour, so that's pretty funny. And it is actually especially funny when people compare it to actual toothpaste. It is a fun design, it has a very simple color scheme, but I very much appreciate the blue legs? Feet? Do they have a different name? Oh, they are called palmates? Palmates? Is that it? I don't know. Anyways, we do have several bird water Pokemon, so I think it would be something similar. Like, at most it could be an albatross for the last stage. But yeah, that's the duck, Quaxley. Let's go on and talk about the cat. Oh, I wanted to say, if you do enjoy what I do in MS Paint and some of my few animations, please subscribe and become a grub and hit that bell, because I really don't want you to miss what is coming next for the channel. Alright, let's get back to the Pokemon. Well, the cat, I am sorry to say, but it already has a long list of controversies. Okay, I'm kidding. It's not that serious, but aside from the typical weed cat joke, I mean, it does have the leaves, like the fan leaves, in both the face and the chest, but it's a grass type. I mean, what else could it have, right? I don't know. The red eyes don't help. But actually, the real controversy, the huge debate online, it's about the eyes. Yes, it seems that the eyes are not equally proportioned, so there are people complaining that the art has uneven, unequal looking eyes. But I don't know, I know that you should flip your canvas, which I did, at least I think I did, so I wouldn't make the same mistake. But you know, sometimes maybe it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't look so bad to the human eye. Sometimes art doesn't need to be symmetrical. Maybe it still looks good, but this time I guess that wasn't the case. You know, sometimes you flip your canvas, sometimes you don't, then you live and you learn. Oh, and the cat's name, I believe it's Sprigatito, which I'm guessing is for spring, and gatito, kitten. And now we get to Fuecoco, the little but chubby lizard, or dragon maybe. Right now it's only a fire type, but I'm guessing it's gonna get a secondary type. And this one really has such a fun feeling to it. I think think it has a lot of personality, and I feel it's the weird one out of the bunch. Don't get me wrong, that's something that I really enjoy. If you know me, out of animals, I know it is evident that I love insects, but aside from that, I also love like reptiles and amphibians. Those are at the top too. So yeah, this would be the one for me. I saw many people comparing it to an apple. I mean, I can get why, but I also don't see it at first. Like, I can see it now, somewhat, but it's not what I visualize for it, and hopefully it doesn't go that route. I mean, it's not bad, but wouldn't be my preference, I guess. What I would enjoy more would be something weird. Let's get a Tsuchinoko, let's get a crazy flat alligator, a fun dragon, I don't know. What I did see that I do agree a lot on is that many people said that it really reminded them of the art style of another artist. I believe it would be said grindy. They do the fun frogs that are singing, and they actually do have Tsuchinoko inspired design, so that's really up their alley. I believe their name is also Alley. So yeah, the fire starter is the one that I would pick. But I'm actually more of a water and grass type enjoyer, but sometimes you get something different, and that's good. I wanna say, at first I started making a sketch with only Fuecoco, but I consider that a failed attempt. I wasn't really trying to do anything special, so I felt it looked a little bit boring. Then I decided to start again, and this time I had a pose in mind for everyone. But as I started doing the duck, I realized that I wasn't pushing those shapes hard enough, so I decided to put some guiding lines, and those are seen across most of the whole speed paint. But this is part of that advice that I mention sometimes, which is once in a while you do need to restart, and that can be a good thing because it usually helps you reorganize all of your ideas and just display them much better. At the end, even if I did like how just a simple white background looked, I really wanted it to be a complete piece, so I did decide to do a background. I was just gonna use simple colors. I thought about each Pokemon their own color, depending on their type, but then I felt like they would blend in too much, so I went against that. Either way, I still decided to make a division in between the Pokemon with a Pokeball with the typical lightning or beam of energy that comes out of a Pokeball. And that would divide each section. Even with the divisions, I still went for a neutral color, using that light blue in layers as steps, like a simple gradient. I was still not satisfied with the look. I even preferred the pure white background, so I did have to make some final adjustments. I went in, changed the colors of the little donuts that I had, and with that I felt it was better, but it was still missing something. And I know maybe this is cheating because this is not mspaint, but in the last step I decided to use Photoshop just to enhance the background. So recently, and mostly in my animations, I've been adding some, I would call it details and textures to my backgrounds mostly. So I do that in Photoshop. And there I only did two things. So first, I combined the background with a halftone layer so that it would bring out more of that white canvas look that we had at the start. And secondly, I selected the lightning of the Pokeball and just gave it a simple white outer glow so that it pops out more. And here it is, final reveal. The Pokemon starters of the new generation. Hey Grubs, if you're watching this, I'm really glad you're here and I thank you a lot. I know I always promise this, but I do have what I think is a great step for this channel coming very soon, so be on the lookout. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.